Imagine you're a German soldier in 1944. You've survived the frozen hell of Russia. You've dodged Soviet Katyushas and T-34s. But now, in the hedgerows of Normandy, or the skies over the Reich, you hear a new sound, a deep, relentless bird, 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 that tears through the air like the wrath of God. It's not the scream of an STG-44 or the chatter of an MG-42, no. This is the American 50 caliber Browning M2, the 50 as the GIs called it, the weapon that made hardened Wehrmacht veterans tremble. Luftwaffe aces curse the skies. Panzer commanders bury their heads in the dirt. This is the story of why the 50 cal became the stuff of nightmares for the German military. From the cockpits of B-17 Flying Fortresses to the turrets of P47 Thunderbolts diving like avenging angels, from half-tracks spitting death in the Ardennes to infantry squads hosing down bocage hedgerows, this gun didn't just kill. It demoralized. It shredded illusions of invincibility. And today, we'll hear it straight from the Germans who faced it. Their words, their fear, their defeat. The Browning M2 heavy barrel 50 caliber machine gun wasn't some rushed wartime hack. John Browning designed it back in 1918, scaling up his legendary M1917 water-cooled 30 cal for the trenches of World War I. But it truly came alive in World War II. Weighing 84 pounds on its tripod, firing 550 rounds per minute of 12.7's armor-piercing incendiary tracers, it could punch through 3.4-inch of steel at 500 yards. Range: over 7,000 yards effective. One burst could saw a man in half, flip a truck, or ignite a fuel tank from a mile away. U.S. production exploded, nearly 2 million M2s by war's end, from factories like Frigidaire and Colt. Mounted everywhere, on Sherman tanks, Jeep pedestals, B-17 waist guns, P-51 wings, 6 or 8 per fighter, and the dreaded quad, 50 Meat Chopper, on M16 half-tracks. Germans had nothing comparable for infantry. Their MG-42 was fast, 1,200 RPM, but 7.92 rounds lacked punch. As one captured Oberleutnant told U.S. interrogators in a 1944 Foreign Military Studies debrief, "Your 50 caliber has no equal in destructive power for a portable weapon. A single hit severs limbs or explodes heads. We feared it more than your artillery." Up in the wild blue, the 50 cal ruled. B-17s and B-24s bristled with 12-13 of them. Early raids in 1942-43 were slaughter. Unescorted bombers fell to FW-190s and BF-109s. But by 1943, P47 Thunderbolts and P-51 Mustangs arrived, each packing 8 50s in the wings. German pilots mocked the P-47 at first. "A comic mistake," one said in April 1943, "bulky machines defying expectations." Then the jugs dove. 8 guns harmonized to converge at 300 yards, firing 100 rounds per second per plane. Tracers every 5th round painted the sky red. Luftwaffe ace Wolfgang Fischer, in his post-war memoir Luftwaffe Fighter Pilot, recalled his first encounter over Italy in 1944. The American fighters came in waves. Their 50s spat fire like dragons. One burst shredded my wingman's cockpit. He spiraled down in flames. We called them Jabo Todd, fighter-bomber death. You heard the rip, then nothing. In the Schweinfurt Regensburg raids of 1943, B-17 gunners claimed hundreds of fighters. A captured BF-109 pilot debriefed by U.S. Army Historical Division said, "The fortress defensive fire is a wall of lead, 12 50s per bomber. Our 20mm cannons seem toys." Many of us refused attacks after seeing comrades sawn apart midair. Heinrich Wurmbach, often misnamed Wurmpella in Allied reports, a JG-52 ace, wrote in a 1944 letter intercepted and analyzed post-war. "The American heavies are invincible fortresses. Their 50 caliber belts never end. One pass, and your Messerschmitt becomes confetti." By big week, February 1944, Luftwaffe losses hit 56% in March alone. Pilots refused missions. As one ethent interrogation of a Geschwader commander revealed, "We laughed at the fat P-47s. Then 850s rained hell. Mockery turned to terror." On the ground, it was worse. D-Day plus weeks. Hedgerows choked Normandy. Germans dug in deep. Then came the Thunderbolts, P-47s loaded with bombs, rockets, and those 8 wing guns. Fritz Bayerlein, Panzer Lehr commander, in his U.S. Army Historical Division manuscript, MS B-427, on Operation Cobra. The Jabos were a plague. Their 50 calibers strafed endlessly. Roads became death traps. One pass, trees splintered, men cut in half. My division lost 70 tanks and 1,000 men in days, many to machine gun fire alone. During Cobra's July 25th bombing, Bayerlein survived buried alive. Bomb carpets rolled over us. Then the fighters came low and fast. 50 tracers everywhere. My front looked like the moon, 70% casualties. Men went mad, wandering shell-shocked. Hans von Luck, in Panzer Commander, described P-47 attacks near Caen. The Thunderbolts dove screaming, 850s each. Our flak couldn't touch them. Vehicles brewed up. Infantry hugged the earth, praying. We called it Jabo Todd, death from above. No cover saved you. A Fallschirmjäger sergeant captured July 1944, debrief in Foreign Military Studies. Your fighters own the sky. One .50 burst through a hedge. My squad vaporized. Limbs everywhere. We surrendered. Rather than face another strafe, P-47s terrorized columns. In one documented attack, 12 jugs skip-bombed and strafed a Panzer column, destroying 20 vehicles with 50s alone. Winter 1944, Battle of the Bulge. Germans surge through Ardennes, then M16 MGMCs, half-tracks with 450s in Maxim turrets, firing 2,000 RPM total, nicknamed Meat Chopper or Krautmauer. In one ambush near Elsenborn Ridge, an M16 waved a German company forward, then unleashed. Post-battle, nearly 100 dead Germans, mowed down like grass. Historian Hugh Cole, in the Ardennes, the 50s ceased, nearly 100 German dead found. Captured, Volksgrenadiers. The quad 50s were devils. Tracers cut trees, men in half. We charged, then nothing but screams. At Oppenheim Rhine Crossing, M45 quads downed 30% of 248 attacking planes. Audie Murphy on his burning tank destroyer, Holtzwihr 1945, 50 cal blazing, holding off a company. German survivors, POW interrogations. The American on the tank, his gun never stopped. Men fell like wheat. In Pacific, though less versus Germans, but echoed in Europe, quad 50s deterred banzai charges. U.S. training films downplayed MG-42 to boost morale. Germans needed none for the 50. It broke them. Bayerlein, finally annihilated. Von Luck, fairness in merciless war, but the 50 was merciless. By 1945, Luftwaffe grounded. Ground troops fled at the sound. The 50 cal fired over 50 billion rounds in WWII. It won skies, broke lines, ended the Reich. As one German general sighed in captivity, America's secret weapon, not the bomb, the Browning 50. It made us fear the sky, the road, the hedgerow.